What's up, guys, and welcome back to the Domino Tapes. I'm here, your host, Alain, and on this episode, we have a very exciting guest. We have Erika Peitersen. What's good?
Hi. Thank
What's
you
up?
for having me. I'm
Of
so
course.
excited.
So, backstory on Erika. I know of her because we both went to ad school at the same time,
Ad nerds here.
literally. And I talk about my time there, like in the podcast, I've talked about my time there a lot, just because I felt like it was a good point in my life where like I kind of was exposed to a lot of creative people.
Yeah.
And being that like your teachers are like actual creative directors.
Yeah.
And yeah, I talk about my time there fondly, and also I talk about like if people are interested in going, I kind of tell them like, you know, what's good, what's not so good about it.
We're gonna keep it real.
Yeah, no, literally, yeah. Like I'm not. They're not paying me.
We graduated. We got our diploma.
Yeah, exactly. I'm out of there.
No, I love them. Shout out.
But yeah, welcome.
Thank
So first, tell me about yourself. De donde eres? Like,
Yeah. So I never know if I should give the long version or the
You
short
got time,
version.
baby. You got time.
But when I'm asked like, "Oh, where are you from?" I just kind of decide how to answer. But
Yeah.
basically, I born and raised in Tampa. My
Yeah.
family's from Venezuela. Dad's side's from Denmark.
That's where the Peitersen.
That's where the Petersen. If you see me out in the world, I'm a very tall woman.
Yeah.
That's where that comes from. So yeah, I just say I'm gringa venezolana, vikinga.
That's fire. That's fire.
Yeah.
But also, you grew up where? You grew up in Venezuela. Or you grew up here.
No, I grew up in Tampa.
Oh, okay.
Tampa. And I've lived in Miami now for almost a few years.
Yeah.
And I am not leaving.
Oh, nice. You know, a lot of people. It's refreshing to hear you say that because a lot of people are like, I can't wait to get out of here, and I'm like, I don't have that same like. I'm like, I kind of love it here.
Yeah, I love it. I think I had that perspective, like being born and raised in Tampa, like living there my whole life. I was like, I need to get out. I need to see the world.
Yeah.
The world, Miami.
Yeah, like 4 hours away.
Yeah. But I lived elsewhere, and then I got finally the opportunity to come to Miami, and I was like, I love this. Tampa, home, love.
Yeah.
But here it's a different world for sure.
So tell me a little bit about your childhood. What was that like? Like, what was your like upbringing like?
My upbringing, I was, lived in a suburban town in Tampa. My family was obviously we're living in Tampa where the Latin population isn't as much as like Miami, but so I was like La Latina,
Right.
growing up in school. But yeah, it was nice. I had a really good upbringing. I always had, a lot going on with sports. Very supportive family. My sister is my best friend. So it was awesome. I was always playing sports. We always had a busy schedule.
Yeah.
And I hopped around schools a lot, so I got to meet a lot of cool people. And yeah.
So when did you start like being interested in sports, or like when was the first time that you were like, I guess taking it serious? I'd say because like I feel like as a kid you go through that stage of like, like I'm playing this for fun with my friends, and then all of a sudden it's like, wait, but I can go to college. Like,
yeah. Well, you know what? Like, I guess it wasn't. Some people have different stories, right, of how they got into sports. Like maybe it's something that was passed down or whatever, and they start before they can walk, they play a sport or have a ball in their hand. For me, it was a little bit later. Sports did run in my family. Both my parents were athletes. My dad played soccer, tennis, basketball, everything you can imagine, but really stuck with soccer. So that was always something in my blood, I feel like. So maybe that's why I was like unconsciously drawn to it. But I started playing soccer with just playing at recess in school, like elementary school. We would play at recess. I was like, oh, this is fun. I'm kind of good. And teachers would say like, they would tell my parents like, you should consider putting Erika in soccer because she's actually kind of good at it. So, and then I had a friend who was like, oh, I'm going to join a league. You should join with me. And I was like, okay. That was like in elementary school. And then, but I joined like a recreational league. I was probably a late bloomer for someone who was getting into a sport and like would eventually take it more seriously. Because there were girls that would be on the team playing since they were like 2-3 years old.
Yeah.
So yeah, once I got into it, I was playing recreationally, and then I had coaches come up to me that would be watching games and be like, hey, you should join like competitive and all this stuff. And and take it, even further. So it just kind of naturally gave itself into like, you like a sport, you have a passion for it, and then you see you have talent for it and you can develop that. So it just kind of flowed. I fell in love with soccer, and then it wasn't until I think high school came around where I was like, should I play in college? I mean, obviously that I think that's the point where I was like, okay, maybe I'm going to start taking it more seriously. And also the teams that I was playing on were also like competitive enough to also help prepare the girls with, highlight reels and showcases.
So they were onto like the social media or like the media production of it, but like early.
Yeah, they were like, once you got into high school and that age, teams, they would help, prepare your profiles and like.
What year did you graduate high school?
2017.
Okay, so I was 2016, and around our time, they started like, at least for football, like there was like these like huddle profiles already, and like there was like a bunch of like, so I feel like like around this time, especially social media, like the power of clips was like a real thing, so people were like posting their stuff more.
100%.
So I feel like that definitely like helped like exposure for sure.
Yeah, for sure. And I didn't really know it was a thing. I just kind of like went with the flow. I didn't have preempted plans of playing in college, but since that's kind of the structure of the team that I was on, and then they would take us to showcases and college coaches would come, I was like, okay, maybe this is something that could actually happen for me. So that's kind of how it evolved.
And then what about the art director origin story, I guess? Like, did you always think of yourself as a creative person?
100%. I think ever since I was young, I always had something creative that I wanted to do, like whether it was like playing with clay or like I always had a little point and shoot camera with me, or like even sketching. I was always a big sketcher, not anymore, but I always had something creative that I would do. But it wasn't, I didn't really consider it to be something out of a career or make a career out of it until you have to start thinking of your career when you're like a junior in high school and you're applying to college.
I feel like they also feed that into you of like, there's like especially in like Latino household, there's like a notion of like the starving artist, or like there's a trope of like, it's like,
I mean, I never had that really experience of like, no, don't do this or don't do that. But I think it was just like, now that I think about it, I actually wanted to, when I was in like late middle school, I had heard about like cartoon animation and all this stuff. I thought I could be an animator. No, very far from a cartoon animator. But I had found out about this creative school in it's called Full Sail. Very early on
in Orlando. They're pretty big.
And I was just super interested in like characters and Pixar and Disney and all that stuff. But then when I got to high school, the high school I was in, actually they had this sports marketing program, so it was more of the business side of things, but that kind of opened my mind to where there was a bridge between business, sports, and art, because I was taking art classes, I was taking photography classes, digital art classes, and I was like, okay, I like this, and I like sports because I'm in sports marketing, I play sports. How can I bridge those together? How can I make a career out of it, so that it can become one? And
right.
I feel like nowadays you can literally, do a prompt like girl with imagination that is riding a pony, like you can turn that into a career.
Mid-journey
a career, whatever it is. So that's kind of how it was. Once I started applying to colleges and I had gotten a scholarship for playing soccer, I was looking at the programs available there. And advertising, I've stumbled by, just like honestly just curiously reading through all the programs that I could probably select as my major. And I was like, advertising seems fun because it seems like creative but business, which is what I was trying to look for. So it kind of worked out that way.
Dude, I stumbled upon advertising in a weird way, right? Like not weird, but like so growing up, I didn't think I was a creative person, but now that's just because like I feel like now knowing what I know, like I was definitely the most creative in my group,
Yeah.
but like I didn't think of myself as a creative person growing up.
Okay.
But in when I got to college, I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Like, but growing up, I knew I loved like anything to do with like making shows, a la like what I'm doing now, stand-up comedy, and which I feel like is, as a writer, stand-up comedy is like a giant tool, like a really good tool you could use.
Yeah.
As to like, especially when like pitching something, like it's a lever you can pull if you know how to utilize it like correctly.
It's a skill. It is hard.
It's really hard.
I've never tried it. I say that like I know
I've done it once, so I'm not like actually once.
Yeah, no, I admire anyone that stands up there.
But I started studying. I first got into college studying business, and I was like, okay, like I like math, but like not like this much.
Right.
And then I was like, okay, what else can I do that like, because I was like just fried from math classes. I was like, what can I take that doesn't require math?
Yeah.
And it was mass communication and journalism. I was like, all right, I'll take this. Like I kind of don't know where my path is, but like I'll figure it out.
Yeah.
And then when I was doing that, I had a couple creative writing classes, and I was like, okay, no, this is like a cool outlet. I just don't know how to make money with it.
Right.
Like I was like, I like doing this, but I don't know how to make money with it.
Yeah.
And then a friend of mine, he's one of my best friends now, but he was the boyfriend of my fiance's friend.
Okay.
And he was a copywriter.
Okay.
And so he was like,
so you would reference at least.
He was like, oh, you should try this. There's this one school that does it here.
Okay.
And that's all he kind of told me. And I was like, all right, I'll look into it.
No, I didn't know anyone that had ever done advertising. I was like, what?
And I don't know if you had passed by the campus before.
Yeah.
Like where it was before, like by the highway.
Yes.
But I had always passed by there, but I was like, I never really like I just knew it as the pink building.
Right. Yeah.
Like, and
cool
then,
graffiti. The
right.
Pink building. Yeah.
And then, so imagine like when I finally enroll and like COVID happens, I'm like, we can't go. I was like, this has been gatekept from me.
Yeah.
But
it wasn't meant to be.
No, but, and then, yeah, through that, I remember like, even when I was enrolled, I was like, we'll see what this leads. Like,
Yeah.
Because I didn't know anybody who was part of it.
But so you went straight into Miami Ad after like high school?
So I did my AA I did completed my AA, and then I was like, okay, I can do 2 years at ad school, or I can do 2 years and get my bachelor's. And then I was like, I can go back to get my bachelor's. I'd rather use this time right now to like kind of get ahead in the industry.
Yeah.
And 4 years now into the industry, I haven't gone back into my bachelor's, but I'm like,
you don't need it.
But I'm like, I realized when I was here, I was like, you really don't need it here.
Yeah. I will say that because I graduated in advertising.
Yeah.
And then I did ad school. I think I learned more in the 2 years of ad school than I ever did in my 4-year degree. So like,
right.
All they say, you know what they say, like you just need a good book. You don't need.
And you need good connections, a good book, and yeah.
Go to college, people.
Yeah. No, definitely go. Like I'm not saying
I'm not saying you don't need it, but
I'm just saying there's alternative now. You know, ad school expensive.
Flexibility.
Yeah.
But you know, it's interesting that you say that you weren't a creative person at first, because I mean, I went through so many identities of like what I wanted to be, what I wanted to study. There was a big point when you were like, I don't like math that much. I was a big like psychology, that type of area. I wanted to be like a criminal psychologist at one point. I was like, I can't see myself doing that now.
No, dude, I literally was like, because growing up I was like, like I would just do something with numbers. Like I'm good at math. Like I've always like I never had trouble with it, but I was like, once you get to a certain level, it's like, whoa.
Yeah. But it's cool because in advertising, I feel like anyone can come from any background. Like you don't have to be considered a creative person.
Yeah.
Like remember, like in ad school, there would be lawyers trying to switch over to the creative industry.
I actually like loved that about it, because I was like, and people who were like also much older, would also be in the classes, and I'm like,
there's a place for everyone.
No, and a lot of times their stuff would be the most, at least for like the writing classes, their stuff would be the most interesting because they had a lot of references to pull from.
Yeah.
Like in their writing, I feel like you have to kind of like live.
Yeah.
So it's like you can have feelings to like pull from. So it's like I felt like some of them were like the best writers, because I was like, damn, like you. I remember, I don't know if you know, shout out Ben Whipple.
Yeah.
But we always used to like make fun because it's like his last name was Whipple, and like the guy, like the
York, right?
he was in San Fran.
Oh, he was in San Fran.
But he's like, yeah, like he was a surfer who used to be a rock star. He had a past life of being a rock star, and was like waiting tables. But he had some of like the best writing I've seen like to date. And now he's doing big things.
That's awesome.
But it's like, yeah, I always urge people who, like, if you have that creative outlet, just go out and try something, you know, like,
yeah, there's
look from your references, like,
yeah, I think there's a place, like, there's no one size fits all in the creative industry, which is insane. Like, now you could turn anything into a creation project, creative career, whatever it may look like for you, which is awesome, I think.
And I think it's even more accessible now than ever. Like, I mean, if you were to want to be like a creator, like a you know, TikTok creator or just like social media creator, like I feel like it's more accessible than ever. All you need is a phone. Yeah. Like a lot of times, like people make it seem like, oh, you need all these cameras, which, you know, you build up to that. Right. But it's like, literally, I remember I started off with a phone and like a mic that I have somewhere in there. And then like slowly you start building, but it's like, just make it work in the beginning and then make do. Exactly. Yeah. So I love that. And I want to talk to you about like this kind of era that you're in right now. This is what intrigued me, of like, you're starting to make content, you're starting to make videos around your journey, right? Yeah. So like, talk to me a little bit about like, you mentioned identities, and talk to me about that shift in identity from athlete to art director. Okay. And like how that happened. What was the switch? In the past, I felt like I probably had to choose an identity, right? And then now more and more I realize that it's all just part of you and leads to this mixed mutt version of you. Yeah. But once I stopped playing sports, I was really, really focused on art direction and my career and advertising. And I kind of lost that athletic aspect of myself for a couple years while I was super focused on everything else. And then I realized, I was like, man, that's a huge part of me that I left behind because it helped shape me. So yeah, I felt like I forgot that part of myself that was so key into not only shaping who I was, but also helping in my career, like, you know, shaping my work ethic and all this stuff. So once I got to a point in my career where I was so just like one-sided, I guess you could say. I was like, man, I need to bring that back because it was such a huge part of who I was. So I was like, you don't have to choose, Erika, one or the other. Yeah. There can exist a world where you prioritize work and then everything else that makes you who you are in your identity. So that was important for me to realize and come back to a point of I think especially in our industry, everything else outside of what we do is huge in having good work, like having something that distinguishes you, because it's so competitive. And I think everything else that you do and that you can label yourself as just adds. Yeah. So totally. That should be, you know, a bonus. That should be, or maybe even the forefront of who you are before your work, I'd say. Yeah. A recruiter once told, or not a recruiter, like a recruiter for the company I worked in. Yeah. Told me this was like, yeah, a lot of times like it's like I'm buying more into the person than like even like 100. It's like you're gonna work with this person, like you want to make sure that they're a cool person. Yeah. So it's like you have to have other things going on, because that's how you bring good insights. That's how you are more interesting. That's how you can, you know, exactly that, like distinguish yourself. Yeah. I 100% believe if I had to like put a title on why I got my job, it's because I played soccer. Like I would say I was hired because I played soccer. Right. But yeah, and I say that because we had in the office, we had like
a little tournament, we have an
Yeah, they were like, we need one more.
yeah. And I was like, an eager intern trying to like put myself out there. I was like, I'll play.
Yeah.
And they were like, okay, this girl plays soccer. She's not just a little worker bee. So yeah, I think.
No, I feel like the best, like, and having good relationships with like who you create with is such a good tip also, I feel like, because it's like a lot of times, at least what I've found when it's like you're concepting, it's like you're just throwing shit at a wall, and like sometimes it's like the funniest like jokes that like are like, wait, there's something behind that. Like
Yeah.
So it's like I feel like that's the best way to like work with somebody, I feel like.
Yeah, no, 100%. And I think it's also good to like have differences too. So it's like you're what are you bringing to the project? What are you bringing to the table? And then what are they bringing as well?
Yeah.
So it's interesting. But now thinking back, like now that you asked me that transition from like athlete to art director, I've kind of gone through 2 transitions thinking about it.
Let me
Like,
know.
so college, I went athlete to art director because once I stopped playing sports, I was very, very focused in art direction.
Mm.
And then now, where I'm like kind of at in my life now, I'm like art director back to athlete.
Nice.
But also both at the same time, because now I'm not choosing one or the other. I just think I prioritize both equally. So what would that be? Athlete turned art director turned athlete. It's a cycle. It's a cycle.
No, I mean that I feel like that goes into like where you are now. Definitely. In like, tell me about like what made you be like, okay, I'm gonna start putting myself out there again. Which, by the way, is another tip, is like, don't be afraid to be cringe. We kind of said it when you were like, oh yeah, I put myself out there, and I was like, oh, I'll play. Like,
yeah,
don't be afraid to be cringe, because like a lot of times it's like it's you in your own head about like
100%
thinking about that, and like no one else is thinking like, oh, like why is this
exactly? Because if you think about it, like, just analyze how you consume content.
Right.
Half of the time, I'm like tapping. I'll consume 0.5 seconds of a video, for example. So it's like, really, who's really watching the whole entire thing?
Yeah.
If you have that mindset, it's kind of like the picture everyone naked in the crowd type of mindset. So, it's like, no one's gonna see this. Just post it, close your eyes, go, and move on. Like, whatever, forget it's even there. So yeah.
Are you one of those type of people that like as soon as you post, you're like on the post, like,
oh yeah. No, not on the post, like looking at engagement. I'm just looking at like I'm rewatching it. I'm rewatching it like my biggest fan. I'm like, was this good? Should I have said that? And then I'm like, whatever, get over it.
Is it even though like after you post, like you've seen it? I feel like once you post it, you've seen it like 30 times already, and then you're still like,
I'm the one racking up the views.
Yeah, exactly.
Just like, I've definitely posted, deleted, reposted.
Yeah. But like, who cares? No one noticed.
Exactly. Like everyone, goes through that. It's just like having the confidence. Eventually, it work. Yeah. Work up to that. But
So now you're like, all right, I'm just gonna go full into like my former identity and like kind of make it one with who I am now, or like not even that, but like kind of like not like neglecting part of yourself in a way.
Yeah.
And what is the decision of like, I'm gonna post this journey?
So I think like last year, well, I saw myself, because when you're starting out, I feel like you kind of dive in and you're like, as much as I can do, as much as I can be a part of, I'm in, and I'm doing that. And that's
in work, you mean?
In work.
Yeah.
So that's all I would.
And that's what they tell you too.
Yeah.
And they're also like, yeah, no, do that when you're starting out. Like, get your face out there, like in every project you can.
100%. And in that whole process, which I think everyone should go through. I mean, we're young, we're hungry, we want to show up as much as possible. In that whole process, that was part of the part where I completely left behind health and fitness and sports.
Yeah.
And then once like I did that for a couple years, health became something that wasn't a negotiable anymore, for me at least. I was like, man, I don't recognize myself. I don't feel great. Even experiences with your own health can pop up, whatever the motivation might be, or whatever experience happens, like stuff in my family. I was like, health is so important, and I completely put it aside.
Right.
So I just, made a decision to put it back up on the pedestal. Yeah. Work is great, and I love what I do. But now I love myself and your health just as much.
Right.
So yeah, that's been the journey. And I think I guess I just decided to post it because it motivated me too. Yeah. It keeps you accountable. It's also a creative outlet. It's something I'm learning. So I was like,
what do you mean? Like what, like to post it outside of work or
no, like
what specifically?
Like I'm learning about my own journey, my own health, my own.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, my own. Even just like reflecting back on my sports career and all this stuff, and I'm learning to create content too because that's also part of what we do. Yeah. So we have to keep up with the creative industry and where it's going, and content creation is the future. Yeah, the present and the future.
Like, dude, you're not just fighting other agencies or other creatives now. You're fighting the public now.
Exactly.
and like getting in front of people. So it's crazy like how much the competition is like actually nowadays.
100%. Like we are just one in a sea of a billion.
Literally. Yeah. And then, which is why I always say this to my friends are like, what do you do? Like, because sometimes they see like the concepting phase as like he's like just laying down thinking of stuff. It's like
she's just pacing around. What is she thinking? What's going through her?
Yeah, and it's like no, like I promise you, like I'm thinking about this. Even when I'm not thinking about this, I'm thinking about this.
Yeah,
like
100%. That's the thing about what we do. Our brains never shut off. No, like it's always on.
I'm on during the weekends. I'm on like if an idea pops up, like
oh yeah,
mid dream, it's like I gotta write it down.
No, 100. How many times have I been like asleep, like about to pass out, and I'm like.
The notes app.
Hey Siri, can you write this note about whatever idea? No, but yeah, it's crazy. But I mean, posting just made it fun. Right. It made me have fun. It was a creative outlet. And if I could, since I felt I was changing with everything I was learning in my own process, my own like health journey and all that. I was like, maybe someone else could resonate with what I'm learning or even just want to follow along for fun, whatever. Yeah. So, it was just fun.
It's big on like, it's also huge on the accountability like angle.
Yeah.
Because if you say like, oh, day 1 of 30, like doing this, it's like, people will check you on that.
Absolutely.
Even if it's like just your friends and family, like commenting like, like, yo, where's it at?
Exactly.
Like,
even strangers, they're like, hey, you're doing this wrong, or they'll call you out. And like, okay, that's also a way I feel like, yes, you're getting checked, but you also learn too.
Yeah.
Totally. So, I mean, it's an interesting experience for sure. But I've had people, I think you overthink and you're like, oh, should I post this? Should I say this or not? Or like, who cares what one woman is going to have to say, right? Like, who cares? But then I've had people like come up to me or tell me things of like, oh, you said this and it really like moved me, or I started going to the gym because of your videos and I never saw the inside of a gym in my life. Even if it's one person, I'm like, wow,
that's crazy.
Like what you do and like what you say, you have no idea how much it's impacting someone.
Who it's reaching,
and it's crazy. It's really fulfilling and cool to experience.
I always have the saying, or like I've heard the saying, and I agree. It's like you never regret a workout after you're done.
100%.
And it's like at the end of the day, it's like you when you go to bed, it's like, all right, well, that's done.
Yeah, you achieved it. Something I heard and loved, was that literally everything that you put your time into outside, right? Like it could take years, it could take, decades before you see results and where you feel like an actual change or progress, whatever that may be. But like exercise and fitness, that is instant results, whether it be like emotional, mental, and then physical. When you see like you're actually getting that return on your investment, your time, your hard work. They're tangible results, which you may never see in other cases and other experiences or careers, whatever it may be. So I think it's really cool. And like these extremes,
dude,
I think
they push you.
They push you. They push you, and you say you're like, oh, I never thought I could lift this or do that. Like you don't think so until you do it, and it's crazy.
Working in a job where mainly your day is sitting.
Yeah,
I feel like I need to do something outside of like I can't be sitting 8 hours straight.
no,
Like,
no. And I'm the type of person who's very like inquieta, like like I can't sit in a same position or chair for like hours on end, unless I absolutely have to. So definitely having something to look forward to where you're gonna move your body. Our future selves are gonna thank us for it. My biggest fear is like being like a humpback, like
have
sitting.
you seen it? Have you seen like there's these TikToks that people make about like I forgot what it's like, what the actual term is, but it's like office chair butt or something like that.
Yeah,
and it's it's just like 10 years of just sitting down and off. I'm like, dude, no, that's not it.
no, get in the gym.
Like, stop, girl.
No, it's not it. And the back thing, I'm like, no, I don't want an arched back.
That's gonna be a big one. I feel like for our generation too. Like,
oh yeah,
not just because of like offices, but also like your phone.
Oh yeah,
like because our parents' generation did not deal with that.
Yeah.
I feel like we're like the guinea pigs for like this whole like
how we're gonna get older, how we're gonna age, how our hands are gonna be.
Bro, like maybe dude, the authorities to be real. Like
it's gonna be bad.
But so it's like
we do what we can now.
Exactly. Yeah. Hey, but my grandma always said like no hay arreglar es mantener. Exactly. So it's like, yo, yeah. If you can fix it now or like address it now, your future self's gonna thank you.
Yeah. But going back to like your 75 hard, like I think those types of extremes and programs are awesome, not for something that you're like, I know it's like unsustainable for long periods of time. 75 days is a long time.
I'm figuring that out.
Right. But I don't think that's for everyone sustainable as a lifestyle, but I think it's awesome in the sense of like learning first what you can do, what you can reach, and then also just like things you pick up on the process. That's something you're going to adopt and apply to your life. It doesn't have to look like 2 workouts a day, but like maybe you'll, you had a great time doing 10K steps, then you'll keep that going forward. Or, whatever nutrition benefits they give you, and that's stuff that you learn that you're like, oh, maybe I can adopt this and like pick from here, and that's how you go.
I feel like it teaches you to make the process as easy as possible. Like it's like it's okay to have a boring lunch.
Yeah, absolutely. I eat the same thing like every day.
It's like sometimes you just need to get it done and just go. Like, not everything has to be Michelin star.
No, it does not. Especially in like we work long hours, sometimes long weekends, nights, whatever it looks like. Like I'm sure a lot of people experience having issues with maybe time management or, having to prioritize one thing or the other. So those boring lunches, they save you time.
Clutch, dude.
They save you time.
Yeah.
Time is money.
No, another thing I found is like about making the process as enjoyable as possible. Like, so like I kind of touched upon it in the beginning, but I loved playing sports like growing up. And even though it was just like pickup or like whatever, like for example, one thing I do every week is like I have my Wednesday night soccer and then my Sunday morning basketball with like my group of friends or whatever. Mm-hmm. And it's like, even if you don't do anything else and just do those 2 things during the week, it's like you're doing something that like, you're not just sitting down or like exactly.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's like, it's good to have those, especially in community like that. Like, community is a huge thing.
Oh, 100%. I think now more than ever, people are looking for communities, hobbies, and not just like, when social media became huge, everyone was finding communities online, but now everyone wants to find communities offline, which is like a whole full circle moment. Like maybe you connect online or you find out about things online, but now communities are, run clubs and like,
I joined, so I was never able to do like I'm outing myself here. I don't care. But I was never able to do like a mile straight because it's just not like I could play 2 hours of sports.
Right.
But it's like the stamina of like just running. I could like it's a mental battle.
It is a mental battle. I relate. I played soccer most of my life, and I don't like running.
Yeah,
I like playing soccer.
Right.
It's different.
It really is. It's like, yeah, like it doesn't take a toll mentally on you.
Yeah.
Like running does.
Yeah.
But I joined a run club, and then it's crazy how just like in my first time there, like I was able to do that. Like I reached what I didn't think I could just because I was like, I'm just keeping pace with these people. Right. Like, and it's it's also like I'm a kind of competitive person.
100%.
So I was like, I need, even though they run all the time and I don't, like, I need to keep a pace with them.
See, you find what motivates you because, like, for example, if you're just running like a track, or alone,
yeah,
that's where your mind comes in, and it's like,
yeah,
I physically know, and I consciously know that I'm running in circles right now. But if you have a goal, like it is like running with a soccer ball to try and score a literal goal, like that's another way of looking at it too. Like I need to keep up with this group of people.
I was like, your mind is like focusing on like the game, what's happening, like that. Your mental focus is on the actual game and not like
what you're doing.
Hey, I'm actually really tired right now.
Hey, I might pass out.
Yeah. It's also like in community, like it just makes it more fun. Like I feel like, for example, that first time that I went to that run club, shout out in Paradise Running in the Gables, but like it was a bunch of friends from high school that I haven't seen in a minute, and during the run they're just cracking jokes, and it just makes it more fun to be on the run than like you're not thinking, like I said, you're not thinking about like my legs cramping right now.
Right, exactly.
You're cracking jokes or like whatever, and I feel like that makes working out more enjoyable. So I always ask people, like, if you're looking to get into it, try to look for those like communities.
Yeah.
And I feel like Miami right now has a bunch of them. Like
so many.
I mean, Brickell Run Club is huge. Oh my gosh. It's a marathon.
Yeah.
Every day.
Yeah. No, it's so many. And like even more than running, like anything has turned into a community. Like shuffling, dancing, pickleball, paddle, like everyone wants to connect. Everyone wants to try something new. So I think it's awesome. I think. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was gonna say like there's like a bunch of like the pups and chill.
Yeah. Coffee and chill.
Like around I think that's like something that's really cool that's been happening in Miami lately is like the wellness community space has been like really showing up, and people are like actually interested in like, I might get a drink, but it came after I ran, like whatever, like
right.
Not that it counteracts it, but it's like, but you did it, like
yeah. Like I deserve this.
Yeah. And you know what? Sometimes it's like you need to feel like that. Don't mean like, I deserve this.
Yeah. No, absolutely. It's about the balance, right? Yeah. Like I think that's what's key. And I actually even if drinking and partying isn't your thing, like there's something for everyone. Yeah. Like have you seen the coffee parties, the matcha parties?
Dude, coffee rooms are huge.
Yeah, it's insane.
And I'm like, damn, it's kind of a vibe. Like
I went to my first one a few weeks ago, and I was like, wow, why would anyone ever go to a club after this?
The one that made me feel like super FOMO was the fade one that he did. I was like, damn. I think it was like a regular Tuesday too. I'm like me at work, like damn.
No, and like that type of energy is different. Like it's all people that are kind of on a different, or like on the same interest, same wave of caring about more what they consume or whatever, or you're just there for the vibes. But like it's always good energy, so super fun.
But what do you do like outside of work to kind of like find that balance?
I think balance was really hard for me to get to. Recently more is where I feel like I have been able to find the rhythm that works for me. I mean, it'll look different for everyone, but at first I was obsessed with work. I was obsessed with what I was doing. So I was like, okay, now I need to look elsewhere and also be well mentally so I can show up for work. And like, so I think what I would say is that being extremely selfish in a very respectful way with your time helped me specifically with how I could balance and prioritize not only good work, not just work, but like work I was proud of, but then also being proud of myself outside of work because I was also prioritizing, hey, I need to go to the gym. You know, you sacrifice, you know, maybe plans on the weekdays or whatever it may look like. But I think it was important, at least for me, to be selfish with like, hey, I can't go, or like learning to say no to things because I wanted to balance my health, my fitness with also my work. And I think it's all about phases too. It's like, what are your priorities in this moment of life? I think, just allowing myself to be like, I'm gotta skip out tonight. I gotta, you know, but yeah. And then I think once you get into a routine, it's really hard to be like, no, maybe I'll skip today. It's like, no, like you get into it. So it is about that. Like I think there's points where you have to sacrifice some things, whether it may be plans or even with work, for example. Like I would be like, okay, if it's gonna be like a long night, I gotta step away. I have to, you know, get my workout in so that I'm fresh mentally and I feel like I am performing well. I'm still in my routine. Does that mean I might have a longer night of work? Sure, but at least I was like accomplished in what I needed to feel accomplished in. So, or, you know, if you had to skip out on something or a workout on the weekdays and, you know, make it up on the weekend, try not to make excuses all the time, but like figure out a way to make it fit. Like being flexible, I would say, has helped me for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. You touched on like the power of saying no. And I think that's a big thing in terms of like, you know, where do you want your life to take you? And it's like, you know, sometimes it's like, you know, you might be saying no to like a good time that you're like, damn, I know I would enjoy being there, but it's like, I just can't right now. And even if other people don't understand it, it's like, okay, like, sorry, but like, I'm not sorry.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I was deathly afraid of saying no for a long time, recovering people pleaser. I think exactly, there's a huge power in saying no in a way that you're really just taking care of yourself without, you know, being disrespectful or hurting anyone. It's just like, listen, this is time for me, or I have other things going on. And I think, you know, everyone should understand that. And I think when it comes from a place of, I need to prioritize myself, it's fine. It's okay to say no.
Yeah. No, I feel that.
Yeah. But, and then also allowing yourself to say yes, because not everything is just work and health and all that stuff. Like we have to live too. So that's where balance comes in. I think I went from one extreme of like work, then another extreme of health. Yeah. And now it's like the
kind of finding some your rhythm.
Yeah. I was saying like no to everything, and now I'm like, okay, no, yes, no, maybe.
Yeah.
Seeing what works.
Dude, how was Cannes?
Oh my goodness, Cannes was amazing. Cannes, for those who may not know, I mean, I'm sure everyone's heard of like the Cannes Film Festival. Like everyone asks me, like, oh, you're going to Cannes? Are you going to the Cannes Film Festival? I'm like, no, it's a different one. Different like a sister festival.
Yeah.
Cannes has like tons of festivals. So the Cannes International Festival of Creativity is like our
like
industry's Oscars. Yeah, it's our industry's Oscars. And it's just a crazy experience even being able to be there, because so many people in their entire careers don't get to go. So I was incredibly blessed to be able to go, and it's just a week of like nonstop sprinting. Like in every sense, in the sense of work, play, mind, you know, party, all the things in 1 week of just craziness. But it's awesome because you see such cool people, you meet people you would never meet around the world, because that's like a meeting ground for the entire industry. And you're just surrounded by minds that you're like, what, how are you even real? What is your thinking process, you know? So it's really cool to be able to be there and like absorb what people are saying, what people are saying about the industry, being kind of like really hands-on of like where the industry is headed, because maybe a lot of people don't know what work has been put out there. And that's also a really good point to see like what's winning, what's being really creative, what's being done, because that helps us to also like know what to do, what not to do, and where like we're headed. So yeah, you come back from Cannes with like triple the size of a head, like Jimmy Neutron. But it's incredibly motivating too, because you're like, oh my god, I love what I do. Like, why would I think of that idea?
Tell me, from the moment you landed, what'd you eat? What'd you like? Tell me, give me the Cannes experience.
Okay, the Cannes experience. So, well, my experience was a bit of a rough start, I will say, because so we went Miami, Atlanta, Nice.
Why do they do, dude? When I went to Spain, it was Miami, Atlanta, Madrid.
Okay.
Why is Atlanta like the?
I don't know, but I'm never
actually close
again. I don't.
The airport is huge, bro.
I know it's huge. It's chaotic. But I know it is what it is. And just getting there, I was like, okay, we're gonna get there some point, but we're going. That's the point. So
and were you going alone, or you were going with you?
I went with a dupla. Okay. Because we were going to compete over there.
Okay, fire.
Yeah.
So it was cool.
Yeah, very cool. But yeah, our connection flight in Atlanta got delayed and then canceled. So then we had to stay the night. We almost didn't make it. We had to go at like, I don't even know. I don't even know what time we left the next day. But then we finally made it to Nice. And then I knocked out for like an entire day. I was like, I'm dead. Jet lag hit me hard this time. But for me, like the Cannes, for me, just travel in general, I am like, I need to get a croissant. So that was like the first mission.
You're like, I'm in France.
I'm in France. Oui, croissant.
Yeah. Croissant de jamón y queso.
Exacto. Por favor.
Yeah.
You know what was funny? Like this hotel I was staying in, I was like, I need to get my luggage, whatever. They were holding my luggage for me. And then this French man that was working the front lobby, he was like, no English, French, Spanish, or Italian. I'm like, maleta, por favor.
He's like got me.
Yeah.
He's not like,
she's not from here. No, but yeah, un cafecito and a croissant was my first mission. And it was just buttery and so nice and warm.
I feel like when you eat in Europe, you're like, whoa.
Oh yeah. No, and the good thing is like, you eat guilt free. Like,
no, it's no engorda. Like,
no engorda. I'm in Cannes, you nonstop walk. Like, right? I kid you not. I was like the 30,000 steps a day type thing. Maybe I'm exaggerating a little bit, but
no, 30,000 is crazy.
No, you're walking nonstop. So I was like, I deserve this croissant. I deserve like 3 actually.
Like this croissant is being done. It's being burned by the time I get to this.
Exactly. Yeah. But the cool thing about Cannes is that like, there's so many events going on. I did not pay for barely any food. Like it's just like there's free stuff everywhere.
Yeah.
Which is
nice
to me. It's nice. It's very cool. So yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Mira, Erika, before we head out of here, I want you to kind of give a couple tips on like we kind of talked about it and like kind of sprinkled it through, but like what are, I guess, your tips for someone who, and doesn't even have to be in the industry, but like just someone looking to find like their balance, I guess, because I feel like it's not just a industry thing. It's like our age group is kind of going through that as like we're getting corporate America now.
Yeah.
Or like even if you freelance, like if you're a freelance creative, like your days do look different every day. So it's like, what can you do to kind of like find that balance?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think it's important, like, first, finding what motivates you. I think everyone has a why in what they do or where they go, why they show up. So finding like what motivates you and what's going to make you show up for yourself was key, at least for me.
Yeah.
Because it'll keep you going. And then also, I think finding a way to not give yourself so much time to overthink or like consider, should I go to the gym today? No, like I will go straight from the office type thing, you know, or go, if you're more of a morning person, like go in the morning and then go straight there. Like for me, it was like, okay, I'm not going to give myself time to even say, oh, I'm not feeling it. No, packing my bag, taking it packed. Because then when I see it in my car, I'm like, okay, I already prepared myself with the mindset that I was going to go to the gym today and I'll go straight there. If I go home, I may not want to leave. Yeah. So maybe even like just planning ahead what your schedule is going to look like.
Picking out your like what you're going to wear to the gym the day, like the night before, like whatever, like it takes out the choice of having to like.
Exactly. You said you're going to go. You have the outfit.
It's ready. Like the shoes are at the door.
Yeah. Bag is packed.
Yeah.
You know, how sad would it be if you pack that bag and you just bring it packed back home? Like, no, you put in the work to put yourself together. So yeah, that for me was big to be able to just like prepare. And then also like, I'm a big planner girl. Like, if you have a planner, like writing things down, like I'll set my days. I'm like, okay, gym, rest, whatever. So if you write it on paper, for me, it's like, okay, that's a little bit of like a push to accountability, I would say. But even like, I say gym because that's just part of what my routine looks like. But like whatever it is that you're trying to find balance with, I think writing it down helps a lot. Like planning ahead of time and seeing it and being like, okay, I can do this. It's not that bad.
Dude, I forgot to ask you what things you take from being an athlete into your job now, like, because me thinking like, I'm like, all right, well, what an athlete and like just anybody you have in common, it's like preparation. Yeah, you kind of said it. It's like the way you prepare, the way you, I heard this quote growing up that's like, how you practice is how you play, and like it's like how you do one thing is how you do everything.
Exactly.
So yeah,
no, I think that's true in so many aspects of life. And I think like I have so many things. It's crazy how much sports can teach you about real life. It's crazy. I think like obviously the most common would be like teamwork. Like if you play team sports, but it's really true. Like you see, especially in our industry, we work on teams, we work on big teams, little teams, whatever.
You gotta manage like egos.
Yeah, you gotta manage egos. You gotta manage tough clients.
You gotta check yourself when it's like not time. It's like, all right, this is not worth the fight. Like
exactly. It's also like you have to remember that you're all on the same team. You're all fighting for the same goal, and that's whether it be to sell an idea or whatever, produce something. You're all on the same team. So I think that was huge. Also because at least in soccer, it's like there's this saying that, you know, everyone's a defender, no matter if you're a forward, midfield, whatever.
Yeah, you got to come back defend.
You got to come back and defend.
What'd you play?
Forward.
Okay.
They call us the lazy ones, but like,
like I got to start midfield. Like I can't go all the way back.
You got it?
Yeah. I'm like, oh, the counter attack.
No, yeah. You always had to like come back and defend. So I think remembering that, it's like no one has one role, whether it be my role as art director, that doesn't mean I'm only doing one job. I think having the mindset of I'm helping whatever someone needs, whatever that may be, whatever level, even if I have to write copy, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like having a mindset of like forward can defend can go forward, I think helps a lot, because it's like everyone is being unified, and it's not like that's not my job, that's not my role. I think that doesn't help.
No, it doesn't. It's the worst.
Yeah, I think that does not help. Sometimes it's like, oh man, I have to do so, like that's above my pay grade, but like, you know, you gotta do it,
bro. If I gotta explain to you an idea on Canva, I'll go on Canva. Like
exactly.
It's like this is what I mean.
Do I have to sketch it out? Whatever.
Like this.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, so that's a big one, I would say. And then also a quote like my dad used to tell me all the time was like, whatever it looks like, just make every time you touch the ball memorable. And I always kept that with me because, man, were there some memorable moments on the ball, good and bad. You know, completely like shanking it or like just tripping over it. Or
but it was memorable.
It was memorable. Or you're scoring, like whatever it was, good or bad, try and make it memorable. And I always thought that was a really good takeaway, because you're learning from those memorable moments and taking that into my career. You want to be memorable, you want to stand out, you want to have a good impact in whatever you're doing, whatever project you're touching, whatever client interacts with you or team, you know, boss. You want to make a good impression. So trying to be memorable, I think, is a good mindset to have, especially when you're starting out, because you want to stand out, you want to get hired maybe. So getting your name out there, whatever way you can, being memorable, I think is the way to do it. Memorable, hopefully in a good way.
Yeah. Dude, I'll tell you a story of like my first job. When I was, this was literally at like the goodbye interns like happy hour.
Yeah.
One of like the partners who I had seen, like I had built up like not like a super close relationship, but like I had seen him every day. I said what's up, like whatever.
Yes.
At this happy hour, which was like, I think honestly just an excuse for them to drink, because I was like they barely like interacted with us. It was like mostly our main team.
Yeah.
But it was just funny. But one of the partners goes like, "Hey, that person like right behind," and like we were at Bodega in the Grove, and he goes, that person right there, he's like the like one of the, he's in the C-suite for this one cruise company. He's like, if you get him to sit here, like by the end of the night, like you got a job. And then just like he ended up stopping me, but I was like, you know what, like whatever, like what do I have to do? Like I'm not coming back here tomorrow.
Exactly. Maybe next week.
Yeah, but like that drive compiled with like a couple other things. They were like, okay, like, and then that made it memorable in terms of like, and then just honestly building relationships with people who you work with is super important. Like take the time to like ask them about their family, like how are you guys doing,
and
like
genuinely care.
Yeah. Like I remember this one art director that I used to work with. I'll never forget him. His name's Howard. This older, like he was like in his 40s, 50s, and he used to always make a cafecito in the office. And then one day I was like, Howard, I'm gonna help you, bro. And we're just there chopping it up. And then I come to find out, like, he ended up studying like at a school around the same time as like my parents. And it's like I would have never found that out if I wouldn't have like gone up to him and been like, hey, what's up? Like, it's like Howard. So like, well, you know, who taught you how to make coffee, and where'd that come from? And then what, like, and like actually caring. And I feel like
I think we forget that we have entire lives outside of the office, and everyone has their own stuff going on. And it's like, taking the time to get to know the people. Obviously, it's huge. Like it's important to connect, and like also it makes the experience more human, more enjoyable. You're not just like NPCs walking around.
And I feel like having NPCs around, like in the office, is kind of a buzzkill. It's like where the agency I work at now, there's like a majority, I would say like 85% women, right? And working in social, I pick up a lot of stuff from just their conversations in like the day. So I'll just be talking like, yo, Love Island was crazy. And I'm just like talking.
Shout out Maya.
Yeah, I'm like, yo, Maya Papaya, you know. And but it's that kind of thing that's like, it's like that fed a bunch of the insights at work. Yeah. Like, and that, like, and even if it didn't, like, it's still good to like create that like culture, good environment, and like make it enjoyable. Yeah, no, and you know what the strangest thing for me in corporate America is? It's like it's something I'm still not used to, and I see myself doing it too now. It's like when you say hi to someone, it's like, hey, you're kind of walking by, and it's just like, oh, how are you? Good, how are you? And then you just never answer, or they never answer, and then you just keep walking. It's like you keep it at that. Yeah. For like your whole like 3 years there, you're just like, hey, how are you? Good. Yeah. Or not even like walking away without even hearing the response. You know, it's like that happens so often, and I'm like, whoa, that's such a strange concept. You see like the older generations like really taking time to just like, and there's a balance to it too, because it's like I feel like it's like sometimes it's like, oh, you're asking too much, but it's like I feel like interrogate. Yeah, but it's like I don't know. I feel like it's like it's good to genuinely care about the people you work with and like the relationships that you keep in your life. Yeah, for sure. And definitely like make going to work enjoyable. I think that's like super underrated. Yeah, because it's like I've been at those places where it's like, you know, every day just feels like super long, and it's like, and hopefully like whoever's listening doesn't have to go through that. Yeah, because it really like makes you feel like, you know, what am I doing? Like, and it's not even like a creative thing. It's like it makes you doubt creative. It makes you doubt like you know,
if you're in the right place,
exactly,
around the right people. Yeah.
But yeah, no, I think fostering those relationships and, you know,
100, it helps like also confirm it, you know, it helps with like, I want to show up to work today.
Yeah.
It's motivating.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think the connections are important for sure.
One thing that me and like my like class of MAD or whatever did when we graduated was we all went to happy hour for the first time in like 2 years in person. So like think about it like this, like we'd been pretty much, it's been the same group, like people you start with, and we all lived in Miami for the most part. Somebody came down from New York, and it was like we're like, hey, like let's all get together. We, you know, this is our last semester. We've never like really hung out in person and like gotten that FaceTime or whatever. And I remember when we did, it was like, I was like, dude, we kind of got robbed from this. Like,
I agree. So sad.
But it's like, I like to think of it in two parts, because I feel like we also wouldn't have gotten like the access or instructors that we did.
Yeah.
Like especially on the West Coast, like I would have never had them as teachers.
Or even in New York. Yeah, I think that was definitely a pro, like in our situation for sure.
Yeah.
And even just connecting with creatives, like other students, like in other cities, was cool.
Yeah, I feel like it's like if you go to New York, if you go to LA, like you know people in there. Yeah. It's like, yo, what's good around here? Like,
yeah. Yeah, and it's like, you know, you had that thing that connected you, and now you have an excuse to reach out or whatever it may be.
Yeah.
So
exactly, and that network too. Like for example, like this literally happened, and I was like, I had been following you from our time there, and I'm like, yo, like she's doing like some pretty cool shit. Like I'm gonna hit her up and
likewise
see if we can get together. And yeah, I appreciate you for coming through. And this camera is literally dying all the time, so I'm just gonna keep it on the wide.
Okay. No, but, thank you for having me. This was super cool. And I'm excited to see what you continue to do.
No, for sure. It's exciting. We'll see. We'll see. The bien cosita.
Hey, woohoo!
But yeah, I appreciate you. And if you stayed this long, you know, might as well subscribe. Like,
please do
for sure. And also, where can they find your stuff?
I'm at Digital Erika, Erika with a K, Erika.
And yeah, documenting your journey in wellness, creatively, like managing them, and
yeah, that's me. And thank you again.
Yeah,
super fun.
for sure.
All right.
Alrighty, thank you guys, and we'll see you guys in the next one.
Bye.